Hey guys, again, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to just talk about some thoughts that I have on forgiving family members. And I know that family is a pain point for a lot of people. I would say myself included. And it's something that I'm learning to navigate and transmute as I discover new parts of myself, as I work on becoming a more balanced and emotionally controlled person. I've really found that family is like the one thing that just really gets under my skin, or that I'm having trouble with letting go or allowing to flow. And I'll give just a couple of examples. I kind of have a aversion to wanting to open up to my family. I've felt very judged in the past. I've felt like certain family members that I've grown up with have been honestly mean to me when I was younger, when I was growing up. And now that I'm older, right, it's a lot of interesting feelings that come up because you understand that you have the power and the final say in what bothers you, and you don't have to let things that have happened in the past keep bothering you today, right? Like, I'm about to turn 30. I don't need something that has happened when I was 10 to still kind of have an emotional chokehold on me. But I've found that saying it and then doing it in the moment are two different things. And one thing that I've been working on manifesting and just accepting more of is love. And that can be platonic, that can be on a family level, on a romantic level. But I've found myself thinking and saying, man, I really want to have a loving family. Like, I don't have any children myself right now, but when I think of a loving family, I think of everybody's close. We all go to family functions together. We have holidays, and it's just like one big exciting adventure, and we're happy to support each other. We're happy for each other's wins. And that's not something that is currently happening in my close family right now, but it's something that I know I want for myself, for if I do choose to have children. And I've started to notice that when moments like that do arise, or when situations that are similar to what I've been wanting come up, I push myself away, and I'm still holding grudges of things that have happened years ago. So just for example, my dad will call me, and in the past I've reached out to him before, and it's been met with kind of a cold, kind of like, why are you calling me? I don't have time for this, etc., etc. And now I find that when he reaches out to me, whether it be just to see how I'm doing or to have small conversation, I kind of still hold some resentment in my heart. And I'm just like, why do I feel this way? If I understand that I don't have to feel this way, if I know that I have the power to change how I feel, why do I still feel hurt, right? Or why is there still this voice in the back of my head that's like, well, why is he reaching out to me? When I tried to reach out to him a couple of years ago or a few months ago, he was really mean to me. So now he's reaching out to me, and I don't want it. I don't want him to reach out to me. I don't want to talk to him. But a couple of hours prior, I was just, thinking and manifesting and hoping and wishing for close family relations. So it's a very interesting space to be in. It's like you're really not upset about things that have happened in the past necessarily. You're in a space where you've kind of elevated and you want to move on, and you understand that, but you still feel some type of way. And then there's also other scenarios where maybe it's family members that haven't changed or haven't, improved, I guess, for lack of better words, but you have, right? Like you're going through your own journey. You've done the work. You've maybe forgiven them for what they've done or what they've said, even though they might not have said sorry, and they still are acting the same way. Like, let's take, for example, I have a family member who constantly nitpicks and judges the things that I do they look at the life decisions that I've made and the things that I'm doing in my life now, and they don't approve of it, and they make that very, very well known, and they vocalize that every time I see them, right? And in my mind, like when I'm practicing in the mirror, when I'm by myself thinking about certain scenarios, I'm like, okay, them saying these things doesn't bother me, because at the end of the day, this is my life, this is what I want to do. But when you get in that scenario, it's like they just know how to push buttons that other people don't know how to push. And despite how much self-work you've done, despite how many times you've practiced, you know, being the bigger person, sometimes when you're in that moment, it's really hard to like let go, or it's hard to forgive. And I don't know, I'm just having these thoughts because, like I said, I really want to have better family relations, and you know, these scenarios come up to where I can stand on, you know, not caring, or stand on, hey, this family member isn't going to change, but that's fine because I've changed and what they say no longer bothers me. But then I still have these moments of like, man, they're really bothering me. Or even new family members that I am just now getting close with are attempting to show love and attempting to come into my life, and I'm meeting them with pushback. I'm meeting them with resistance because I'm not used to love. I don't know what that looks like and what that feels like. And it feels very vulnerable to say this out loud, because it's like, well, what do you mean you don't know what love looks like? It's like you do, but you're so used to arguing and fighting and defending yourself that when the opportunity does come for somebody to embrace you with open arms and to not judge you and to literally just love you how you are and where you are, you don't even recognize it, right? And it's a sad feeling, because I leave a lot of my interactions with these family members who are trying to show me love. I leave a lot of my interactions thinking, you know, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Why did I react this way? Or, you know, I find myself wanting to talk to them and wanting to reach out to them and literally feeling like I can't. Like, it literally feels like everything I say is wrong. And not wrong as in like I'm saying the wrong thing, but you know, I feel like I'm coming off the wrong way. I'm coming off cold and distant when I really want to reach out and like be embraced, you know? So again, these are just my thoughts on forgiving family. And maybe because it's so new, that's why I'm feeling this way, or that's why I'm having these thoughts. And, you know, I'm going to trust that as time goes on and as I practice more and more, I kind of get better and better at moving in the direction that I want to move in, versus still holding these feelings of resentment, because life gets very real. Like, as you get older and you start to see people in your family, you know, get sick and get weaker and, you know, end up in the hospital or even end up passing away, it really changes your perspective, right? You could be super angry at someone, and then you see them in the hospital bed, and it creates a different feeling. It's like suddenly that stuff doesn't matter. But I'm kind of at the point where I don't want to look at a family member in the hospital bed in order to say, okay, like, you know, I forgive you, if that makes sense. I don't want to have to learn like a super traumatic life lesson in order for me to be able to accept love or to feel loved, you know? So I would really like to hear your guys' thoughts on forgiving family and just how you kind of navigated, and if you kind of have the same feelings that I do. Like, is it difficult to be around these family members even though you're doing the work, or you've done the work? Is it still difficult to engage with these family members? Is it, you know, like, what are you thinking and what are you really going through? I honestly would love to hear and talk about it. And I know I'm not the only person feeling this way. This is a video that I've really been wanting to make and something that's been on my mind. So I'm glad to be able to share it. And maybe in a couple of weeks or a couple of months, I'll have a different perspective. But yeah, this is how I'm feeling right now. So let me know what you think below. Thank you guys for coming to my channel and for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.